Welcome back to The Hedge with Double D.
The Hedge with Double D.
All right. Thank y'all for joining me. I got Colin and Dylan with me tonight. Colin, how you doing? Thanks for joining me.
Doing good, man. Doing good. I'm excited to talk about the NFC West.
That's right. We are going to do the NFC West. Dylan, how are you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing great, man. I'm just excited. We had a good college football weekend last weekend and getting ready for NFL this weekend. So yeah, man, we're in the swing.
Let's go, man. All right, that's right. So we've got two more NFL divisions we're going to preview. And then also we'll be putting out our official week 1 NFL picks later this week. But Dylan, as you said, we had week 1 of college football last week, and the show in general had a pretty good week. The Hedge, I believe, in total, I think we were 4-2 in total, including all of our bets combined. I mean, we did really good. We hit all of the unders. We missed only 2 of our spreads. And Dylan, like we said, the new rule changes, I don't know if that was it or not, but we hit all of our unders. And some
we killed them.
So, we even later on, unofficially, when we were talking about Florida State LSU, we took the under there and that hit. So that was good. But enough about college football. Let's move to the NFL. NFC West. We're going to do the NFC West. Later, we'll put out the AFC West, and those are the last 2 of our divisional previews. The NFC West, they are going to play the NFC East and the AFC North. So pretty tough schedule. They have to play all of the NFC East and all of the AFC North. That's going to make it tough. That kind of makes me think, just my preliminary thought there, is that the top of the division is going to do pretty good, and the kind of bottom half of the division is going to really struggle. So we'll start, as we do as always, alphabetical order. Arizona, they went 4-13 last year, one of the worst teams. They finished last in the division. Their extra 3 games are going to be Atlanta, the Texans, and the Bears. So that's kind of favorable for a schedule. Man, Arizona, I don't really have a whole lot to say about them. We'll see when Kyler Murray gets back how good they are. They got rid of Colt McCoy, and they're going to start Joshua Dobbs. I mean, they kind of seem like they're kind of in, maybe not tank is the right word, but kind of in tank mode. They've got Zach Ertz, James Connors. They've got some players, but I mean, they've also got a lot of holes in this team in general. 4.5 is their total for over-under. Total over-under for total wins, 4.5 games. That is our lowest that we have seen yet, and that is the lowest that we are going to see all season. So the Cardinals are thought to be the worst team in the NFL by Vegas. 4.5 total games. It's really hard to say under 4.5 to pick a team to win 3 or 4 games, but I mean, they've got a bad schedule. They've got a bad team. Colin, I feel like I've been talking a lot. How about you start us off with the Cardinals? What are your thoughts on the Cardinals?
I think what's interesting is the Cards and the Rams. I think it's going to be a race to who can get Caleb Williams. I don't, looking through the Cards schedule, I've got them at 3-14, and let's say I'm wrong on one of them, and that's 4-13. That still gets you the under. They are just a terrible team, and the quarterback who's supposed to lead them, nobody believes in. I mean, he literally has hey, don't play too many video games. I think it's just, I don't buy them at all. They are weak in so many different places. So I am under all day, and I'm not going to stress about it.
Okay. Colin's coming in strong with a strong under.
Strong under, Bob.
I like it. Dylan, would you like to go next on the Cardinals? What are you thinking about Arizona?
Yeah, I'll keep it short and sweet. I think we're looking at the worst team in the NFL, and I'm looking at their schedule, trying to find some easy games that I can see them winning. Two easiest games I see is at Washington early in the season, maybe catch them off guard, but they're still on the road. And then they do have they have the Texans at the Texans as well. So they're two easier teams that I see on their schedule are going to both be on the road. So, and then, they got a lot of good teams coming to play them at home. Maybe they get one there against a better opponent, but I'm going to go under as well. I think they're tank mode. We'll see. I hope we see a lot of Dobbs. I mean, maybe Dobbs will play well, go Vols, but not like we're expecting Dobbs to be a huge like upgrade by any means. It's going to be, pretty rough, I think, in Arizona this year. So under on the Cardinals.
Okay. Yeah, man, 4.5 is just one of those things where it feels like it's just like daring you to take the over because it's like, oh, come on, 5 games, like everyone wins. I mean, and you see that and you're like, ugh, I mean, they gotta win a cup. They're gonna luck into one, but I mean, I don't think they're gonna win a game with Dobbs playing. I think they're gonna start off losing a lot of these games. I think they're gonna start off like 0-6 or something. Maybe even worse. This could be like a 1 or 2 win team, and I think they're trying to be, so that kind of helps. I mean, we've seen it happen with the Dolphins a couple of years ago, and everyone was like, "Oh, they're the worst team I've ever seen," and they end up winning 5 games on their tank for Tua, and they still got Tua. So you never know, but I'm not taking the over. I just can't do it. It just it just looks like such a bad thing going on. They want, like y'all said, they want Caleb Williams. So looks like we are all on the under there.
Under the hedge.
Heyo.
Hey.
That calls for a little sounder. All right. All right, so we're all under on the Cardinals. The lowest over under of the season, and we're all under. That's bad. But moving on to the Rams. Dylan, I'll let you start on the Rams after I give a little bit of info. To the Rams. 6.5 is their total over under. Last year they ended 5-12, and they were the 3rd place in the NFC West. Obviously, the Rams had a bunch of injuries. Stafford went down for a while. Cooper Kupp went down for a while. They lost a bunch of people, but I think that's kind of one of their main problems. They don't have any depth. They're a very shallow team. Their offense looks pretty good if you look at a couple of the starters, but not much depth behind them. They get to play the Saints, the Packers, and the Colts. So kind of back and forth schedule, not easy, not hard. But 6.5 wins, that's, are they going to get 2 more wins than last season? I don't know. I don't know if they're a good team. They seem like a bad team. Dylan, do you think are they going to, they're going to be middle of the pack with 7 or 8 wins, or they're going to be under?
Well, I mean, this is a Super Bowl team from a couple years ago. So it's like weird to see them, and we saw that Stafford got injured, I think last year was huge impact on their season. So if he stays healthy, I mean, I do think they're going to be a better team than last year. But that's banking on his health and, banking on Cooper Kupp, who's out right now as the season starts. Like, we don't know exactly what his timeline looks like. So there's a lot of factors there that just they're just kind of icky. So I do like what Colin had kind of said earlier, about kind of the race to the bottom. These teams do look like they are, they're predicted to be the worst in the NFL. So like Cardinals and the Rams. I'm trying to find the wins. I mean, they get to play the Cardinals twice, which is nice. They do have, let me see here. I think they got the Commanders at home. So they got some winnable games there. But everything else is a kind of a toss-up crapshoot for them. So I'm going to go ahead and just say under. I think, is it 5.5 or 6.5?
6.
6.5.
6.5. Okay, give me under. I think they're right there at 5-6 wins. I'll say under on this one. Just not trusting the health and the depth. A lot of the things you mentioned already.
All right, Dylan taking the under. All right. man. I'm with you with everything. I don't trust their health. I don't think they've gotten any better. I think they've gotten worse. I kind of think they're kind of like the Cardinals. They're not really looking to get better right now. They're looking to get a couple good draft picks here and there, and eventually restart once Stafford leaves. I mean, Cooper Kupp's health, like Dylan said, he's out week 1 already. I don't know when he's going to come back, how healthy he's going to be. And if all of a
Well,
sudden
that hamstring could, I mean, it could be a lingering thing for the whole season.
Yeah, exactly. And if they're 1-7 and it's still lingering, are they just going to shut him down? I wouldn't blame them. So I agree. I think these two teams are going to be really bad. I think they're going to be kind of trying to be bad. We might even see Stetson Bennett at some point, which would be weird. But we'll see. I'm gonna take the under too. I just like you said, I don't see 7 wins. I think they're gonna win 5 or 6 games. I think these are gonna be 2 really bad teams. I think the safe play is definitely to take them both under because one of them is gonna be terrible, if not both. Colin, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I know it's 3 guys just standing in a circle agreeing with each other, but you look at their first 5 games, they're most likely going to go 1-4, pretty much locked down, guaranteed. I've got the under 5-12. I think McVay is kind of telling Stafford, like, hey, man, thanks for getting us that chip. Focus on your health, just focus on the family. We'll be good. And then they're going to work for next year. I think they're going to try to out terrible the Cards. They're not going to do it, but the second pick in the draft is looking like Marvin Harrison Jr. So wouldn't be a bad person to pair with a Cup next year. So give me the under. They need assets. That's really what they should be focused on.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, all right, y'all. It's another under that calls for another
Under the hedge.
all right.
I could see us being wrong on one of these, but I don't think on both of them, with just how the divisions are set up. So I think we're setting ourselves up.
Yeah, I think it would be if we're wrong, it'd be the Rams getting to 7 wins of just barely getting there. And we tried hard, but
or I could see them both tying at 5 and 12.
Yeah.
And the Rams dropping both the games of the Cards, and that's their win. So
yeah.
Oh, that would be painful.
That would be.
I mean, you could. It almost. Part of me does say that if Kyler Murray comes back and all of a sudden they sneak a couple wins out in the end, that could be what happens. Or if the Rams stay healthy, they could win 8 games. But even I don't know, man. Even if I think that Super Bowl, you keep thinking about, oh, well, they won the Super Bowl and they were good and Stafford and everything, but I don't see. I think that's all just in the past now. So I think, like you said, I think the safe bet is take both of them under. There's no way they both go over. That would blow my mind. Yeah. So, all right. We only got a couple minutes left. Let's go ahead and take a quick break so we don't have to rush it. We'll come back with San Francisco and Seattle and make our division winner picks and wrap it up.
Sweet.
All right. Thanks for sticking around. We got San Francisco, Super Bowl contender for sure. San Francisco, it seems like the last couple of years with Shanahan, especially, they've always been in that NFC championship spot, NFC divisional spot right there. Kind of always been a quarterback short, though. And that is definitely the case this year. San Francisco, they might have the best team if you don't look at the quarterback position or if you look at them all equally. Can Brock Purdy take him over the hump? That's kind of the big question. Is he good enough? He's been named the starter. They got rid of Trey Lance. So last year they were 13-4. This year their over under win total is 10.5. I'll go ahead and start with this San Francisco. They got to go to Minnesota, to Jacksonville, and play the Bucs as their extra games. Obviously, the Bucs is a lucky one there as a number 1 team. or a division winner. Like I said, I think this is one of the best teams, roster wise. Like, right, them and the Eagles have two of the best rosters in the NFL. I think San Francisco and Philadelphia are by far the best teams in the NFC. I think it's kind of them two, and then a bunch of other teams kind of playing against each other to lose to them. So I'm going to take the over. I think they win at least 11 games, maybe more. And if Brock Purdy is playing really well, they could they could just blow out a bunch of teams. They've got an amazing skill positions on offense. So Brock Purdy's just got to get the ball in their hands. And they've got a great defense. I mean, I could see them winning 13 games again. Dylan, what do you think? Over under 10.5?
Yeah, I think this is the story of, can Brock Purdy throw the football 5 yards or less?
Yeah.
Because if you got Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, and Christian McCaffrey on your offense, we know what the yards after catch look like. So it's going to be, it's not going to be a hard job for him to, be on target there and hit those guys where they need to be. San Francisco's got a good defense. They obviously play well on both sides of the ball. Great organization. One of the historically, highest. I think they are have the most Super Bowl appearances of any NFL team in the past 10 years, and they've won a couple of them. So they're one of those teams that's just like, they're perennially good, always good. So yeah, I'm going to be on the over with them as well. Just looking at the beginning of their schedule, I could just see them getting off to a blazing start and, potentially being like, undefeated rolling into playing the Bengals. I mean, they got to play the Cowboys in there, but they're at home. And then they got to play Minnesota in prime time. But besides that, they've got a lot of, pretty favorable games. So I like them at about, 12 wins this year. Probably I would think the 2 seed in the NFC, just behind, Philadelphia, and they get it done. So yeah, give me the over.
Okay. I don't think they've won a Super Bowl recently, have they?
No.
Yeah, okay. I don't think so. Yeah. Man, they lost the Harbaugh Super Bowl. They lost to the Ravens.
Maybe I was thinking of NFC championships or something, appearances.
Yeah.
They're one of them teams they're just always good. That's like, no matter what. Yeah. So
I feel like they beat the Packers every year in the playoffs, and it's so frustrating.
Yeah.
Back to Kaepernick, that was just ugh.
It'd be more frustrating is when the Packers don't even make the playoffs this year. So
And they're just up there as first.
I gotta say it. I got 2 Packers here. Come on.
Yeah, it will be. Oh, it's going to be more frustrating when Jordan Love's the third straight.
Are y'all feeling the love?
Hey, I took their over. They're going to be in the wild card. I'm dancing, baby. I'm feeling it.
As long as we beat the Bears week 1. Oh, we'll see. All right, Colin, we got to keep going. Colin, 10.5 games, 49ers.
Personally, this is a stay away. I would not bet this because the over is 167, and I could see I would take the over if it was 140 or something like that. And the fact that it is Shanahan, it's hard to bet against him. But I could also see them going 10-7. So if you want to kind of hedge on the Brock Purdy love and hold on, does Shanahan love Sam Darnold so much that, week 4, week 5, we actually see a little, the glass breaks and Darnold comes out. I could see that happening if, things get really muddy, but I'm not going to bet against Shanahan. I'll go over, but it's a slight over at 11-6, but I see the value at taking the under at 10-7, but that's that'd be a little tough to do.
How about this? In a Nick Foles, Carson Wentz-esque way, Brock Purdy leads them all the way and gets hurt, or something happens late in the season in the playoffs, and Sam Darnold comes in and finally wins that Super Bowl.
No, there'd be a statue outside of Candlestick Park. That's for
Jets
sure.
fans would be irate. Yeah. That'd be great. All right, I'll write scripts for the NFL this year.
I love
They're gonna be better than the scripts they already got written because
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. We'll see. We'll see if it's better.
I can't wait to see what the
I
script
know,
is this
yeah.
year.
We'll see what they got. Yeah. Oh, all right, guys. My goodness, we got to stop agreeing. I'm gonna keep having to find all these sounders.
Over the hedge.
We are all over the hedge there. All right. Seattle. Colin, I'm gonna start with you again on Seattle. Seattle is 8.5 is their total over under. Last year they went 9-8. They were second in their division. Obviously their skill positions are awesome. Their receiving core looks really good. Can Geno Smith repeat last season? Colin, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I think it's honestly kind of a repeat of last year. I think they go 9-8. I think they just cross the over on that one. It's minus 142 on FanDuel. If they go over, it would be, or if they go under, excuse me, it'd be barely. It'd be 8-9. But I believe in old Sneaky Pete running out the back door whenever he gets a chance. But he's gonna be chewing gum and charging the front. So give me a 9-8 over.
All right. 9-8. All right. Let's see here. Seattle. Man, it's gonna be, can Geno Smith keep it going? Was it just kind of a flash in the pan? I kind of believe in this team. I mean, they're gonna have a bit of a tough schedule with the NFC East, AFC North. They've got the Lions. But they've also got the Panthers and the Titans. And then they also get the Rams and the Cardinals. So I think with that, like I said, I think this division is going to be top heavy. I think the top two teams are going to be by far better than the bottom two teams. I think just like Colin said, they're going to be kind of middle of the pack. They're going to win 8 or 9 games, but I'm going to bank on them winning 9. Maybe they bump up into 10, win a game they shouldn't win. So I'm going to take the over also with Seattle. Dylan, are we going to agree on everything for this show? It's great for radio if we agree.
I mean,
podcast.
I'm doing these off gut. I didn't do a ton of looking into these divisions, but just what you guys have said about the bottom of it is just the bottom is pretty low. They do have to play Arizona later when maybe Kyler's back. I don't know if they're going to be trying to do anything later, trying to show off their weapons, or he's trying to secure his job. I don't know. Yeah, but the big question is Geno Smith. I think consistency over a couple seasons, and it's just hard to miss. He missed DK a couple times in the end zone last year. I think they got a whole off season. I'm seeing a big year for DK Metcalf this year on touchdowns. I think his touchdown production is going to go up just with getting online, getting kind of synced up with Geno. They know what they got. They know what they're trying to do. They're pushing for a playoff spot. So I'm also on the over. Give me 9 wins for Seattle, and boys.
Oh my goodness.
We're all in agreement on everything. This is dangerous.
This is bad, yeah.
Take that 49ers under stat. And the Seahawks under, probably.
It is what it is, yeah.
Cardinals are going to win the division now. We're all going to be wrong.
They take the Rams to win the division, take someone, yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay, well. All right, guys. Woo. All right. We'll go ahead and continue or go ahead and end. We will end with our divisional championship picks. Colin had to run. Colin is taking the San Francisco 49ers at minus 165. And Dylan, you told me Seattle is plus 200. Those are the only two I'm going to look at. We're not going to even mess with the other two. So San Francisco minus 165, Seattle 200. I'm kind of surprised Seattle is in higher odds because I think San Francisco seems like the easy pick here. I'm going to also ride with San Francisco at minus 165. Dylan, what are you thinking?
Yep, give me San Francisco. This is their division.
Yep.
I don't think there's any, surprises here, unfortunately. But if I was going to pick outside of San Francisco, I would try to get the juicier plus 1,000 on the Rams just for fun. Maybe they put it together and Stafford has another great season. So, but no, I don't think that's going to happen. So,
No, me neither. All right, so yeah, we're all riding with the 49ers. Well, a lot of agreement with this division. We'll see if we're all right or we're all wrong. So thank you all for joining us. As always, listen to what we said, see if you agree. Hedge those bets, bet responsibly, and we will see you next time on The Hedge. Dylan, thank you for joining me.
Hey, no problem, man. Thanks for having me.